Hello dear students, welcome back to the NCERT Science class of 9th standard. Dear students, in the previous class we have completed the topic tissue. It is very important topic as part of examination week. Dear students, preparing for the exams. The next, dear students, today we are going to study about the exercise. Before going to study, once again I will revise whatever we have studied. Shortly I will revise. In the tissue topic we have studied the plant tissue and animal tissue. In case of plant tissue we have studied that is mainly the plant tissue which is present in the plants, and it is mainly divided into two types. The first one is meristematic tissue, the second one is permanent tissue. Yes. The next meristematic tissue, again they are classified into three types: apical meristem, lateral meristem, intercalary meristem. And permanent tissue is classified into two types, that is simple permanent tissue, complex permanent tissue. Again, when we go to the simple permanent tissue, that is made up by the same kinds of cells. In case of simple permanent tissue, again we have classified into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Then come to the complex permanent tissue, that is which contains the two different types of cells, that is made up by the different types of cells. And next, here in case of complex permanent tissue, again further classified into xylem and phloem, that we have studied. Next, come to the animal tissue. The animal tissue is mainly classified into four types. The first one is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, the next connective tissue, muscular tissue, and next nervous tissue. In case of animals, the four types of tissues are present. The first one is epithelial tissue, which is present in the outermost cover of the animal body and in the inner lining of the internal organs. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue. These are the four types of tissues mainly present in the plants. Again, they are further divided. Later we study. See what happens? What have studied? See, in case of plants, two main types. Broadly, the plant tissue are classified into two types. The first one is meristematic and permanent. But in case of animals, four types are there. First one is epithelial, connective, muscular, nervous. These are the four types of tissue. Next, epithelial tissue, which is the outermost cover of the animal body. Outermost cover of the animal body are inner lining of the internal organs like mouth, buccal cavity and buccal cavity, esophagus, pharynx and all these internal organs, the lining of the internal organs are covered with the epithelial tissue, and also the blood vessels, tubular, the glandular ducts or the tubes, that is covered by the epithelial tissue. The next, connective tissue, the further epithelial tissue further classified into squamous epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, columnar epithelial tissue, stratified squamous epithelial tissue. There are again further four types are there in case of epithelial tissue. Next, come to the connective tissue, which connects the two different parts of the body, that contains, again further they are classified into three types, that is loose connective tissue, fluid connective tissue, dense connective tissue. Loose connective tissue that we have studied, that is loose connective tissue contains again four types: areolar tissue, adipose tissue, next tendons and ligaments. Then loose areolar tissue which connects the skins to the muscles, and areolar tissue connects the skins to the muscles. Then next, adipose tissue connects the skins to the other internal organs. The next, ligaments connects the bones to the bones. Tendon connects the bones to the muscle. That is connective tissue. The next, after this one, come to the fluid connective tissue, in which the matrix is a fluid, that is blood and bones. These are the two fluid connective tissue. The next, come to the third one, that is dense connective tissue, where the dense means hard, the matrix is hard, in which the cells are suspended. The example for the dense connective tissue is bone and cartilage. Yes. Next, dear students, after this, the connective tissue or muscular tissue. Here in the last class we have studied about the muscular tissue. The muscular tissue is further classified into the three types: the straight head muscle, stripped muscle, unstripped muscles, and cardiac muscles. These are the three types of muscles we have studied in the previous class. Then after this one, we have studied the nervous tissue. There is no any further classifications in the nervous tissue, which is mainly present in the brain and spinal cord, isn't it? And also we can draw the schematic representation for the animal tissue. Schematic representations for the animal tissue. Animal tissue that mainly classified into three types, four types. Yes, four types. The first one is epithelial tissue. Epithelial, connective, muscular, next muscular, next nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue again further classified into the first one is squamous, cuboidal, columnar, next stratified. Connective tissue, fluid connective tissue, dense connective tissue, then loose connective tissue. Yes. The next, in case of fluid connective tissue, again, first one is blood and lymph. Dense connective tissue, again here two types of dense connective tissue, that is bone and cartilage. Loose connective tissue is also four types. Loose connective tissue is also having four types. Areolar, adipose, ligaments, the next tendons. Yes, then muscular tissue, classified into three times. Stripped, stripped, unstripped cardiac. Yes, these are the classification of tissues. Yes. Yes. These are the types of animal tissue. In examination, he may ask the schematic representation of animal tissue. That time you have to write that way. Note down by pausing the video and all. And if he asks the examinations, then write the exams. By pausing the video, you can note down the schematic representation. Most of the times he asks the exams schematic representation of animal tissue. Next, dear students, come to the exercise. The first question, that is, define the term tissue. Tissue means the group of same kinds of cells having the same and performs the same functions or having the common functions. These group of cells are called as the tissue. Yes. Next. Come to the next question. How many types of elements together? You know the meaning of tissue? The group of same kinds of cells together perform the same functions. Such type of group of cells are called as the tissue. Next, come to the second question. Question number 2. See in your textbook. How many types of elements together make up the xylem tissue? Name them. In a xylem, the 4 types of cells are present. The first one is, second question, that is xylem parenchyma, xylem parenchyma, xylem fiber, xylem vessel, xylem tracheids. Yes, these are the 4 components of xylem. Next, come to the third question. See, how are simple tissues different from the complex tissue in the plants? Mainly, the plant tissue is classified into 2 types. That is meristematic tissue and complex meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Permanent tissue again classified into simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. On base we have classified the simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. The simple permanent tissue are those permanent tissue which is having the all the cells of same kinds. The simple permanent tissue is the permanent tissue in which the cells are of same kinds, but in case of complex permanent tissue, it is the complex permanent tissue in which the cells are of different types. See here what happens in case of giant cell permanent tissue, which is having the four types of cells, different types of cells are known. The complex permanent tissue having the different types of cells, simple permanent tissue having the same types of cells. That difference we have to write. Yes. Simple permanent tissue which is made up by the same kinds of cell, complex permanent tissue which is made up by the different types of cells. Next, fourth question. Differentiate between the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma on the basis of their cell wall. Yes. Parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Fourth question. Parenchyma. Parenchyma. The second one is collenchyma. The third one is sclerenchyma. Here in case of parenchyma, leaving cells with thin cell wall. Leaving cells with thin cell wall. Difference you can write on the basis of the cell wall. Here, leaving cell with thick cell wall. For the difference you can write by searching in the characteristics of this tissue. Here, dead cells with thick cell wall. With thick cell wall. These are the differences between the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma on the basis of the cell wall. Isn't it? Next to come to the fifth question. What are the functions of the stomata? Stomata, which is present in the leaves, which is having the guard cells, it mainly present in the epidermis tissue of the plant. Epidermis tissue, which is outermost cover of the plant, which is having the guard cells, having the pore that is called as a stomatal pore. Through this stomatal pore, what happens? The exchange of gases, the intake of oxygen and giving out of the carbon dioxide takes place through the stomatal pore or the stomata. Along with that, the stomata helps in the transpiration of water or the evaporation of water which is absorbed, excessively absorbed by the plants. Isn't it? Next, of this one, diagrammatic show the difference between the three types of muscular tissue. That is in page number 77. Page number 77 that you have to write with the diagrammatic. Yes. Diagrammatic, we have the difference here. Next, come to the seventh question. What is the specific function of cardiac muscles? Where do you find the cardiac muscles? Cardiac muscles are found in the heart. Cardiac muscles found in the heart. That shows rhythmic contraction and relaxation. Rhythmic contraction and relaxation. In the heart shows continuous pumping and that shows the beats. That we can say that beats. The beats is due to the contraction and relaxation. And in case of cardiac muscles, continuous, what happens? Contraction and relaxation is going on. Isn't it? that you have to write. What is the function of the cardiac tissue? That shows continuous rhythmic contraction and relaxation, due to which what happens? That helps in the pumping of blood to the different parts of the body. Yes. Next come to the 8th question. Differentiate between the striated, unstriated and cardiac muscles on the basis of the structure and site location in the body. Striated means the volumetric muscles that are having the elongated cylindrical cells or the fibers. The cells are the uninucleated. Next, they are in cross bands. Then next, in case of striated muscles, see what happens? Again, they are volumetric muscles. They are along with the bones. The striated muscles are present along with the bones. That helps in the movements. That is called as the skeletal bones, skeletal muscles. Then unstriated muscles, that is called as the smooth muscles, that is present in the internal organs, or they are not present along with the bones separately, in which the cells are spindle shaped, multinucleated. Yes. The next, cardiac muscles. The cells are, or the fibers are the fibers, muscle fibers are the branch one, and the branches are connected to one another. Yes. Cylindrical cells are there. These are the characteristics of the muscle. That difference you have to write. Isn't it? Next, striated muscles are present around the bones. Unstriated muscles, that is present in the soft part of the soft internal organs, and cardiac muscle, that is present in the heart. Locations also you have to write. Draw a label diagram of neuron. Yesterday we have drawn the diagram, that is having the head part called as the cyton, tail part axon, and the head part, that is number of finger-like projections are there. That finger-like projections are called as the dendrites, isn't it? And these neurons help in the transmission of messages from one part of the body, or from the sense organs to the brain, and from the brain back to the sense organs. The diagram we drawn, the diagram you have to draw on the page number. The diagram is present on the page number 78. Yes. Next, come to the 10th question. See the 10th question in your textbook. Name the following. A. 10th question. A1. A. That is tissue that forms the inner lining of the mouth. That is epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue. Inner lining of the mouth. The tissue which is present in the inner lining of the mouth, that is epithelial tissue. B. The tissue that connects muscles to the bones in the humans. Muscles to the bones, that is tendons. Tendons that connects the muscles to the bones. Then after this one, the tissue that transports, in 10th question, C question, tissue that transports the food in the plants, that is phloem. D1, tissue that stores fat in our body. Tissue that stores fat in our body, that is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue stores the fat. Then connective tissue with fluid matrix, blood and lymph. Answer is blood. Blood and lymph. Yes. Next. F. Tissue present in the brain, nervous tissue. Tissue present in the brain, nervous tissue. Yes. These are the answers, correct answers for the 10th questions. They are given the further numbers. Next come to the 11th question. 11th question. Identify the type of tissue in the following: skin. Which tissue is present in skin? 11th question. Skin, that is epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue. The skin, epithelial tissue. Bark of the tree, epidermal tissue. Epidermal tissue. Here epithelial, here epidermal. Epidermal tissue. Lining of kidney tubules. Lining of kidney tubules, that is columnar epithelial tissue. Columnar epithelial tissue. Columnar epithelial tissue, the lining of kidney tubules. Next, after this one, vascular bundle. Here, gyromite fluid. Gyromite fluid. Isn't it? That's all about the 11th question. This is the 10th question. Next, come to the 12th question. 12th question. Name the region in which parenchyma tissue is present. That is, it is present in the leaf, fruits, and next soft part means leaf, fruits, and stem vegetables that contains the parenchyma tissue. 13th question. What is the role of epidermis tissue in the plants? Epidermis tissue is the outermost cover of the plant, which protects the internal parts of the plant from the surroundings. It protects from the injuries, and also it protects from the microorganisms or any funguses and all. Isn't it? That is the function of the role of epidermis tissue. That gives the structure to the plants and all. Next, 14th question. How does the cork act as a productive tissue? Cork, that is epidermal tissue, cork, which contains dead cells. The epidermal tissue converts on aging. It will turn to a cork of the tree that protects the internal soft part of the plant body when it ages. The next, complete the table. They are given the table, that is permanent tissue. Permanent tissue are given. Simple and complex permanent tissue are given. By pausing the video, you can note down the points. Permanent tissue, that simple, here complex. In case of simple, he has given colon-gamma. Here you have write parenchyma in the blank. Next here, parenchyma, colon-gamma, sclerenchyma. In case of complex permanent tissue, again that is xylem. Here you are right, phloem. Yes, in that box we have write these things. Here parenchyma, colon-gamma, we have given xylem, we have write phloem. Isn't it? That's all about the exercise part of the topic tissue. Remaining will study in the next class.